welcome back to the Disturbing the Main Team podcast. I am Cannon Gates, the station manager.
This is Parker Woodall, the music director.
I'm Nick Green, the news and sports director.
I'm Matthew Patteson, I'm the production director.
And welcome back, everybody, to the first Disturbing the Main Team podcast of the spring semester. Guys, we've been a little bit busy, so we're a little bit later than we wanted to be, but we wanted to get on here, tell you guys what we're all working on, because like I said, very busy, so we got a lot of things to talk about. And one other main thing, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Matt, you want to start off on what you've been working on?
So I've been working on mostly getting out our podcasts, getting intros and teasers done for our new DJs that we have coming in that have just completed their training. It's great to have all those. Working on writing the next On the Mall right now. I think we're going to do a Valentine's Day kind of themed one. Who knows if that'll be out by the time we get this out. Hopefully this will be out first. But other than that, just very busy time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a busy time we're in mid-season women's basketball right now. It's a little bit brutal for the ladies right now with what's going on there. But enough said. We still, every home game, we still broadcast live from Minges Coliseum. So I've been working with that, getting our DJ some experience doing that. They seem to have been really enjoying that. And then here recently, I've been working with DJ Pick Six, as he's got a big interview coming up with starting quarterback Caden Hauser.
That'll be on. And that'll be. This will be done after that.
Right. Well,
you can catch it on the YouTube.
You'll be able to catch that on the YouTube, but I don't know when that will be up. But hopefully by the time that... you'll probably see this before you see that come up, but that will be live on the... You will see that on the YouTube channel at some point in the near future. If you are watching this right now, you'll see that at some point in the near future.
Yeah, you'll be listening to this before that'll be up.
Yeah, probably.
For sure. Parker?
Yeah, I am just working on Battle of the Band stuff right now. Still... early-ish stages, so we're getting performers kind of like concrete, like people who are going to be there. The only thing I can say for it right now is that it's going to be April 11th at the Black Box Theater, correct. 7 to 9 p.m.
And it's going to be so much fun.
Guys, it's going to be so fun.
There's a video of last year's. Go check it out. Get you a little slice of that pie. So if you want the whole thing for April 11th, yeah, it should be fun. It was a good time last year. I think it'll be better this year even. But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, well, for me, I've been making sure all those things are going smoothly, I guess you could say, and then also making sure these new DJs are just doing good on their shows, making sure everything's situated for them. I've also, just because it's kind of in my field, even though Nick likes to say it's not, helping out a little bit with making sure the interview is all squared away with Caden Hauser, because, obviously that's a big deal, starting quarterback for the ECU Pirates.
Absolutely.
Very, very big deal.
Shout out Caden Hauser.
If you want to plug us, man, good. But anyways, that's pretty much all I've been doing, is just making sure everything's going smoothly. That's usually all my recap comes to whenever we're talking about this, just making sure everything's going smoothly. Obviously, I just finished with the scheduling and all that.
We got some new zombies coming in.
I'm about to say new zombies are coming in. I got to interview them first. Right. Some interviews coming up probably next week.
Not nearly as stressful as last semester.
Next semester I was pacing back and forth through this whole station. Like, it was bad.
That was rough.
Yeah, I was like... If any of them saw me, that usually see me, like, just kind of rubbing my face on my head, because I was just like... No, that didn't sound right. Rubbing my hand on my face because I was annoyed and stressed out. Yeah. Yes, there you go. That's better answer. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much all I got. And like I said, we just got one big thing we want to talk about. Just main thing going on in pop culture right now. The Grammys. We are recording this on February 3rd, so it was just last night, February 2nd. We're just going to give you our thoughts, I guess you could say. I know Nick has some strong feelings about it, so I'll let him start.
Well, Ken, thank you. I appreciate that. First of all, I'm going to talk what I am actually capable of talking about and nothing else, because I don't feel like I'm educated enough to talk about anything else. So let's talk about some country music, because that I know good and well that I am very capable of talking about. Now, obviously, there was two big awards that were that we want to talk about here that were won both by Beyonce, in which I would like to kind of talk about real quick. And now, before I get started on this, I would like to mention I have no ill will towards Beyonce whatsoever. I would like to go ahead and state that out front. I think her most recent album is actually more hated on than what people will give her credit for. I actually think it was a better album than what people say it was. That being said, when we say Country Album of the Year, and I look at these nominations of Chris Stapleton, Higher, Casey Musgraves, Deeper Wall, Post Malone's F1 Trillion, or Lainey Wilson's Whirlwind, I don't see how you pick Beyonce Cowboy Carter. I don't see how you do it. Just truthfully. That's one of the two. You want to talk about the nominees for Duo of the Year. The winner was Beyonce and Miley Cyrus with It Most Wanted. But let's look at the other nominees. Kelsey Ballerini, Noah Kahan, Brothers Osborne, Dan and Shay, and Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Post Malone and Morgan Wallen was arguably probably the biggest song this year.
I don't want to be that guy, but it's Noah
I feel like none of those picks.
Oh, sorry. Noah Kahan. I'm sorry.
He does a comeback job pronouncing names.
I do. I really do. But, you know what? But at the same time, Morgan Wallen Post Malone was probably the biggest song of the year. I mean, at least in country music. At least in country music. That song was being played on every single time I got in the car. And you mean to tell me that? I mean, I've never even heard this Most Wanted song with Beyonce and Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's like I'm kind of surprised that was even nominated for it. Well, I guess because it's a duo. It's a
but let's talk about the nominees real fast. Nominees. How do you not include? Ella Langley and Riley Green in this.
You look like you love me. Yeah.
How do you not include that? That song is also probably one of the biggest ones. And that one, if that would have been nominated and lost, I would have been furious. Granted, it wasn't even nominated, so it couldn't have won. But how do you not nominate it to begin with? So I'm a little frustrated from the country music aspect of it. I know there's other things people were frustrated about in every other part of this, but in the pop culture aspect, I'm not very educated in that. I know the country music. That's about it. So I won't talk about anything else other than that.
Parker, Matt, which
I mean, I feel like the country. I'm not even a huge country fan. I just listen to like a lot of older stuff. I guess like just a little bit of like Johnny Cash or Willie Nelson. Not a huge fan of either of those, but something about like that kind of country where it's like I think one of the songs that got nominated for best song was a bar song, "Tipsy."
Yeah,
I can't lie. That song makes me angry when I hear it.
Yeah,
that fills me with like rage.
It's catchy, but it's like, how is it nominated?
It's catchy, not a country song.
No.
I like the song.
It's TikTok music.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know. I've been seeing that for a while, and I don't know. It just makes me disappointed. But I felt there were some good picks in kind of this stuff in the more alternative sections. Let me find those real quick. Yeah,
Knocked Loose didn't win.
Knocked Loose, yeah, they got nominated. They didn't win. That made me a little disappointed.
I was disappointed. Yeah.
As someone who's a big Knocked Loose fan. What were they nominated for again?
Big Metal.
I don't have it memorized.
I think it went. I think it went to like some other like legacy act. No.
Gojira got it, which makes sense.
That makes sense. That does make sense. Yeah.
I think also though with it as well is.
But what is Spirit Box doing here?
I don't know. Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sick of like all these like legacy acts like getting nominated and then winning. Like the Rolling Stones getting best rock album.
Yes. Why?
Ridiculous. You can't name a single person who's actually listened to that Rolling Stones album. No one's listened to the Rolling Stones since the 70s because they haven't been good since the 70s.
And maybe
the 70s was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. That wasn't this. They're not
there anymore. They're old. They lost it.
They're old. Jack White had a great album that came out that got nominated. But that didn't get that.
Priest sitting up here too for best metal performance.
Right? I'm like,
Metallica, I guess.
To me, it gives the impression that the people who are nominating definitely just don't listen to the music. I mean, don't listen to all of it at least.
I agree with that.
Because I think they just see names and they're like, oh, that's a big name. It would make sense for them to be at the Grammys.
Yeah.
No, but if you'd listen to it, then it wouldn't make sense.
And the thing is, I think that goes for every single spot because we were talking about it. I mean, I love Chris Stapleton. Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
But this album of his, it's good, but it's not like
he's had better.
Top tier. Like Traveler is awesome.
Traveler
over, awesome.
Yes.
Out of the three, this is the lowest.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's probably by
a good margin.
If it's like you got like 1 to 10, those are 8 to 9s.
Yeah,
I think, and then high is a high 6. I got maybe a low 7. Maybe.
I give it a 6.
I think it's like a 6.7. Yeah, that's what I think it would be.
It's not a strong album. Yeah, it's not a winner.
Yeah, no, it has a few bangers, but it's nothing like.
Exactly. Few good songs, but nothing. The album altogether.
Like the one,
it's not the best.
What's the main one? It's like I Think You Should Leave. Is that?
You should probably leave.
No, that's on Starting Over.
Is it?
Nah, trust me, Nick. I know that.
Trust me.
No,
trust me.
I'm not paying attention. Who are we talking about?
Chris Stapleton.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
What? Tennessee Whiskey?
Yeah, you know that.
Tennessee Whiskey? The cover of Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know.
He sang the national anthem.
Think I'm in love with you. He did at a award show, I believe, with maybe like Dua Lipa. It might have been Dua Lipa. I think it was. And then he also had White Horse, which was like the radio one.
Radio number one.
But in my opinion, I'm also kind of the same with Nick, where it's like I really only typically listen to country, but it's kind of like what Parker said. It's just because their names. I think Post had a good country album.
100%.
He probably should not have been nominated. They just see the name. And it's kind of the same thing with Beyonce.
Well, I'm not even upset that Post got nominated. I really liked Post Malone's album. I think it probably was one of the better albums in country music this past year. I will give you that.
I think it got kind of carried by a lot of the features on
sure. You know what? Sure. But even if you look at... I'll give you that. But even if you look at the ones individually by Post Malone, yours is probably one of my favorite songs I've heard in a long time.
I think Post had a great album, don't get me wrong. I think it's kind of carried a little bit by how many features he did have.
I'll give you. And granted, it was 2 albums in one, so you have to give it credit. You have to say that where it's there.
And that's my thing. I don't love when the albums are like that. I think there's sometimes it's successful, like Dangerous. Successful with how many songs are on there. But sometimes it should be kind of the 12. I think 12's always the benchmark, and I think that's good.
Double albums are very hard.
Yeah, especially
there are some really good. The White Album, the Beatles double album.
Yeah, there's like albums that can be really good double, but like
I think it's also gotten out of hand when we have like 36 songs on one album. I think that's what I'm saying.
Cut it down, man.
Yeah,
release a B-sides or something.
Yeah.
Right.
12 to 15, I think, is a good.
I agree.
That's what it probably should stay.
I agree with you.
It could be less, but like I think less.
EP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what like Zach Bryan's like he does. He'll put 12, 15 song album out. Then he'll put like
Zach Bryan wasn't nominated, in the
which I think that's because he didn't put songs into it. Like he didn't put his. I think you have to like nominate yourself for the getting consideration. I think I might be wrong about that.
I don't know.
I think that's what it has
I don't
to
know
do.
how it works.
To me, Zach Bryan not being nominated is crazy. But
I agree.
I do agree.
Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I agree with you.
But I think I could be wrong. I could be really wrong. But I think you have to put he said he wasn't putting any songs out to the Grammys. Yeah. I kind of want to fact check myself if we have enough time. But also the other stuff. I mean, I think Kendrick Lamar winning was funny. That's just funny. Yeah. It was a diss track on TV. That's funny.
Yeah. That is funny. It was a really good track.
Yeah, it was a good song, but I don't know.
Oh, did you guys see where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
Shut up. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I just found it. He said it in October. He recently revealed that he decided to withdraw his own music from the upcoming Grammys. So he couldn't get considered for any nominations.
Not gonna lie, after this past year, more artists need to do that because this year was horrible.
I mean, they're always bad.
Oh, true. But
I'm glad I didn't watch it because I just would have felt the disappointment in real time.
I mean, it
was just the same few people. Like Sabrina deserved what she got.
Absolutely.
No, I don't know. I think Sabrina. I think Chaperone should have gotten Best Pop Album.
Okay, I agree. I do think
Chaperone's album as a whole, as a project.
Was Charlie XCX in that category?
She was. Wait,
I feel like
Charlie XCX won Best Dance Pop Album.
Okay, that's fair.
And the vocal pop album went to Sabrina Carpenter. I don't think she was nominated for vocal pop.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
I
think
it was her, Chapel, Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah, I think she did win.
I forget the other one.
I know.
But I think that it might be on this.
Yeah.
If we have enough time.
I think Chaperone overall had a really good album. So I was disappointed.
Taylor Swift, Chaperone, Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, and Sabrina Carpenter. Billie Eilish. I mean, I like Billie Eilish though. I think Billie
Eilish also had a good album, but it wasn't like
that album as like groundbreaking and as popular.
I will say,
Sabrina Carpenter, the Chaperone.
I didn't hear Billie Eilish's like the album name as much as I heard the other ones. Like I heard Short and Sweet. Like I heard the name out there more. I heard Torture Post Apartment. I heard about Chaperones. Like I heard the name out there more than I heard Billie Eilish's like album name out there.
From a neutral, I will say I have not listened to any of these albums all the way through. I have not listened
to any of them.
I know songs. I know songs off of all of them, but I've only listened to. I haven't listened to any of these albums all the way through. I think I hear the most from Sabrina, Chaperone, and Taylor Swift. Those three.
Sure.
I just from just not knowing a thing.
But like that's like talking about singles.
But at the same time, let's keep it real. Somebody like me should not be voting on this. Yeah. Because I haven't listened to all this.
There's people
like me who probably are voting on stuff like this. Because I should not have a say in who won that album. I haven't listened to any of them all the way through. I shouldn't get a say on that.
I do agree with
that. They
make
make some crazy decisions sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, man.
No, I don't know. Wait, real quick. Okay, just one more thing before we get off. Beyonce being in the best pop solo performance, I wanted to clarify myself. The Bodyguard song was on Cowboy Carter. Mm-hmm. So why is she nominated for best pop solo performance when it's supposed to be a country album?
Well, okay, you can have more than one genre in an album.
Yeah,
there's so many. I mean,
I get that. No, that's true. I'm just kind of like, you were trying to get yourself more as like a country one. So I feel like if you're gonna just go this album, it should have all just been the country category. That's my only thing.
I understand that. And I kind of wanted Beyonce to commit. Musically, I wanted her to commit more to the country sound on this album.
Yeah,
I liked Cowboy Carter, to be honest with you.
I don't think. I think Nick said. I don't think it's a bad album.
No, I agree.
I think it's a good. I would say it's a good album.
Yeah,
I would agree with you. Actually, I don't think it's bad. I think it's overhated. I really just.
I didn't even use. I've never heard someone say it's overhated until today.
Well, it's just because in the country music world, Beyonce is probably one of the most hated names.
See, that doesn't surprise me.
You name because
for a few reasons that doesn't surprise me.
She's one of the most hated names there.
I was not a fan of the Beyonce country stuff at all.
No, I'll say she's one of the most hated.
That was also very annoying to me. I'm gonna be real.
Texas Hold'em got really annoying at a certain point, but
it got overplayed.
Oh gosh, I just
not like us got so overplayed. Oh my god!
I know we're gonna have to we're gonna have to end in a second, but I just have to say it because of how much of a fan I am. Made by These Moments, Red Clay Strays not being nominated makes me so mad.
Fair enough.
That's such a good album. So good. Okay, yeah. I can't go too much into it because that's gonna make me mad. That's gonna make me go on a rant like you just did.
Yeah, the Grammys is too much of a popularity contest.
It is. Like Zach Top, Cold Beer Country Music, dude. Great
Zach Top album was phenomenal.
No.
That album.
And then Zach Bryan would have been nominated if he decided to put it in there. And the Great American Marcy is not his top. No. But it would have been nominated. Same thing as Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for us on the Sermon the Main Team podcast. I'm Cannon.
I'm Parker.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Matt.
And that's it.
Pirates.